can see you've got a few drums here with your pack. If you just turn around slightly, okay, yep, the pack itself is not sitting correctly on your back, and you've got a lot of stuff protruding from the pouches on the outside. Okay, we need to have a look at that before we deploy you in the field. All right, so if I can just get you to take your pack off first of all right, and we'll go through a few procedures on how to rectify that. Okay, so first of all, packing a pack is a bit of an art form. Okay, so essentially you should be able to sustain yourself for long extended periods of time, okay, whilst on operation or in a field-like environment. Okay, if it's not packed correctly, however, okay, such as this, okay, you'll probably find that you will have been in a lot of hurt, okay, and life will be a bit of a misery. All right, so we're going to go through and rectify that now. Okay, so what we're going to go on with now is placing the large items as previously discussed, okay, in the pack first. Okay, so for this one will be the sleeping bag. So if I can just get you to pass me the sleeping bag to start with, Private Gray. Alright, so that's all folded up as tight as I can. Okay, and that'll be placed into the pack. Okay, push down on one side of the sleeping bag, okay, and it should sit level with the ground. Okay, so that's nice and snug in there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to go on with is the spare set of cams. Okay, so in there I've got my spare set of cams, extra spare socks, and also a spare t-shirt. Okay, as you can see, that's all sealed. Okay, so that's all waterproof. Okay, this is something I'm not going to use on a daily basis, so therefore this is going to be the next layer. All right, so that'll sit on top of the sleeping bag. Sitting on there nice and flush. Okay, next one will be the ration pack. All right, so these are the ration packs that I'm not going to break. So this will be my day 2. In some cases you'll have a third ration pack, so you may get 2 of those. But either way, for the purpose of this, I've got the 1. All right, and they'll sit on top of my spare set of cams. Okay. Okay, as you can see, okay, it's sitting up close to the back of the frame. Okay, but it's still midsection of the pack. All right, next thing we'll go on with is the cold weather gear. Now this is essentially something that I'll use every evening. Okay, so this will be the next one on top of the next layer. All right, so that'll be placed next to that. All right, so that's it flush in there. Still got more room in the pack to play around with. Okay, once that's done, okay, my wet weather gear. All right, so I've only got the jacket for this one. All right, this one here is something that I'll probably use at any time. All right, so this will be last, okay, placed on top of the layer just previously discussed. All right, so that'll place on top of there, like so. Pull the cord tightly, pushing everything down as much as you can, pulling the outer cord, so everything is all in there tightly. Okay, all that is all waterproofed, including the sack that's inside the pack. All right, so that main compartment is now good to go. Okay, what we're going to go on with is the stuff now on the outside. Okay, so if I can just get you to pass me one of those 2-litre water bottles. Okay, I'll place these towards the bottom, but on the outside of the pack. All right, so one on the right hand side. Okay, pulling that tightly, and one on the left hand side. All right, so this will basically even up the weight and the distribution of weight within the pack. Okay, so from there, okay, I've got my burner and cup. I've obviously got a little attachment there for my shaving. Okay, everyone's got different variants, but this is mine. All right, and I'll place this again because it's a heavyish sort of item, but it's one of those items I'm going to be using on a daily basis when I'm cooking or having a brew. All right, so that's going to be placed on the outside of the pack also. Okay, now just one thing to note, I'll tend to use the 2-litre water bottles as opposed to bladders, because bladders have a tendency of puncturing. Once those bladders are actually punctured, okay, it's very hard and you would have lost 2 litres of water. I always stick to the hard plastic as they'll last a lot longer and they're a little bit more robust. Okay, so next thing I'll go with is just the shaving. Okay, with the shaving, okay, this is my little compact shaving kit here. In there is 5 days worth of shaving. Okay, depending on the mission and the task at hand, will determine as to how many extra razors that you need and so forth. As a minimum, okay, you should have razors, obviously the handle for the razor, shaving cream, toothbrush, and also toothpaste. And you can actually add some extra stuff in there as well, antiseptic creams and the like, okay, for those little nigglies. All right, so that's all placed in there. And I've also got a little hand towel as well, so small and compact, okay, and that will also be placed on the outside. Okay, you can go on either side, it doesn't really matter, it's up to you, but for the purpose of this, It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze, but that's fine, because then that way, at least you know nothing is going to fall out. Okay, do up the cord, because the last thing you want is anything to go missing. Okay, so then if I turn the pack around, okay, we've got one spare small pouch on the outside there, which is what I'll use then, which will be my 24 hours worth of rations, which have been broken up and is ready to go. Okay, so start with the tins first. Okay, they'll be placed on the outside. Yep. Okay, do the cords up tight. Okay, everything needs to be tight because you don't want to lose any rations either. Okay, so that's that side done. As we're doing this, when we're picking up the pack, you can pretty much know where the center of the weight is, and in this instance I can feel that the weight is pretty much towards the back and central, so nothing is going to tip to the left or right when it's positioned on your back. Alright, because we evened up the weight distribution with inside the pack. Okay, the next thing we're going to go on with is the ET. Okay, that'll be placed in the front, okay, in its respective pouch. Making sure that it's threaded behind the bottom pouch. It is a bit of a tight squeeze. Make sure everything's done up. Okay, that'll also help keep your pack upright as well when it's sitting on the ground. Okay, so from there, okay, is my whip mat. Now it depends, some people like to use a whip mat, some people don't. I like to use them in some cases. Righto, I place mine generally on top as such, and then close the pack flap. Okay, making sure you do all the straps up tight so it keeps everything together. Right, as you can see, all the straps here have also been taped, and there's no straps, flapping around. Okay, which leaves me one more compartment, which is the top compartment on top of the lid, and that will be for my hoochie, hockey straps and pegs. Right. So what I basically do is I place them inside my hoochie, fold it over because it stops them rattling around when they're inside your pack. Place it in the pouch, do up the pouch, and it's in there nice and tight. Okay, so there you have a completed pack with everything that's essential for your mission. Okay, so the end result is, okay, you now have your pack with everything packed in there. Okay, as you should be able to feel, okay, the top of your frame is level with your shoulders. Okay, the pad there at the bottom is resting up against the lower part of your back, which is supporting your lower back. All your straps and everything is all taped up, okay, and the weight distribution within your pack is central and close to your back, so there's no left or right tilting of the pack, as you can see there, and at the same time it's not pulling you back either, because all the weight, like I said, is all central and to the lower part of the back. Okay, so now you're ready to deploy on operations or out in the field.